All right, Shalom. All praises, all glory to Yahweh Bashmi Shai, and double honor to the apostles of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect worldwide that believe in this truth and faith. It's Brother Tazai Wan from the Atlantic Camp. Come with another quick lesson and edification for the elect out there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start without further ado. This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1, which says, I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called. It says, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. All right, now, that's the spirit of Yahweh Bashmi Shai that He has bestowed upon His men in the brotherhood, is to be in peace, to bond and to be in unity with each other. To be meek and long suffering, and contrite and low, and those are the type of men that the Most High is dealing with. But in doing that, okay, you're serving the Lord, okay, and by serving the Lord, that makes you a prisoner, okay. You're serving, like the scripture says, you follow Yahweh Shai wherever He goes, all right. And the main thing that I want to point out is where it says in the first verse, it says that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called. You really have to dedicate yourself as a servant of the Lord in Yahweh Bashmi Shai to be a minister to the brethren, okay, to be that peace, okay, to help bring that unity, okay. You got to walk worthy, man. And part of walking worthy is, of course, doing the work of the Lord, all right, pushing the truth, going out there in the highways and byways as often as possible, week in and week out, doing lessons throughout the week, and just ultimately building up the brotherhood, okay. You can't say that you are a man of the Lord and you believe and love the Lord, and like Scripture says, you do not the things that I say, okay. And Yahweh Shai said that, okay. All right. So you can't claim to be a servant and you're not doing the work, okay. And ultimately, you have to dedicate yourself to this truth. This has to be your life, okay. This has to be what you eat, sleep, and breathe. And then everything else that you do within your life from day to day is based within the parameters of the truth. Okay. For example, your diet. You base your diet upon the scriptures. What you're supposed to eat, what you're not supposed to eat. Okay. Such as pork, shrimp. All right. You learn how to deal with your brothers. You learn how not to steal from them. You learn how not to lie to them. You learn how not to covet. You learn how not to commit adultery. Okay, these things are in the commandments, and as you deal day to day, those are the lines and parameters that you operate in. Okay. So what I did was I had looked up this word, dedicate, okay? Because this is what you have to do. This has to be your life, all right? All right, and this is dedicate, which is devote time, effort, or oneself to a particular task or purpose. And that's what we do. We dedicate ourselves to the truth, all right? It says devote, commit, pledge, give, surrender, and sacrifice. Okay. Now, does not the scripture say to sacrifice yourself? This is Romans 12:1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, meaning separate, away from the world, away from the bullshit. Okay, keeping yourself within the boundaries that the truth has you in. Okay, the word of the Lord. The scripture says, use not your liberty, because we have liberty in this truth. But it says, use not your liberty as a cloak of maliciousness, man. Don't do anything that's going to separate you from the holiness. Separate unto holiness. Okay? Alright? It says acceptable unto the Most High. And what's acceptable to the Most High? Okay? Keeping the laws to the best of your ability. Okay? And like Yahweh Shai said, love thy neighbor as thyself. Okay? Because it says the law and the prophets are hinged upon that. Okay? Love the Most High with all their heart, all their soul, which is keeping His commandments, and love thy neighbor as thyself. Love thy brother as thyself, man. Okay, what if that was you? That was on the receiving end of your bullshit. You got to think about stuff like that, man. You know. So that's why you have to be a living sacrifice, man. Okay, you have to sacrifice yourself doing the work out there in the highways and byways, man. Preaching His word. You have to understand that I'm willing to die for this word. Okay. Because this life that we're living in now has no other purpose. Okay? That's dedication, man. That's true dedication, man. Okay? And, okay? Yahweh Shai said it best. This is John chapter 10 and 15. It says, as the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. That's how you want to be, man. You want to be just like Yahweh Shai. That's true dedication, man. When Yahweh Shai was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was, praying to the Lord, man, 3 times saying, Lord, if this be, if there be any other way, okay, let me find that way. But if this be my cup, let me know, okay. He was sweating blood, man, okay. Yahweh Shai dedicated, like they say, blood, sweat, and tears for the sheep, man. Okay? Paul said that again as well. He said, I endure all things for the elect's sake, man. Okay? I'm going to get another scripture where it says, this is John 15 and 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And Yahweh Shai being the ultimate example, that's what you want to do. You want to ultimately lay down your life for your friends, man, which is the brothers, man. Okay, the elect out there. Whether you're doing a lesson such as I'm doing, or you're out there on the streets, okay, you're doing a live stream, whatever the Spirit has you do to where you're bringing out the truth, and you're in the spirit of Yahweh Shai building up His men. That's how you want to be, man. Okay, you have to meditate on these things, man. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Joshua. All right, and scriptures just coming to mind, brother. So I'm flowing in the spirit as they come to me. This is Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. It says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. That's dedication, man. Okay, that's sacrifice, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous. Then you're going to be successful in the ventures you seek out, so to speak. Your life goals or daily goals. Things that's, of course, within the parameters of the truth. But you'll be successful. You'll be prosperous. It says, and then thou shalt have good success. Okay, have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. So you can't doubt, man. Like the scripture say, you pray, but don't doubt, man. Okay? Pray without ceasing and pray in belief. Okay? Because how about Yahweh Shai? It's an easy thing for Him to make you the man that you want to be in the spirit, man. He could take spirits off of you, man. But he can also put spirits on you, man. It's Satan on you. But it says this, it says, for the Lord thy power is with thee whithersoever thou goest. So understanding that, you understand that this is my life, this is my purpose, and I'm going to dedicate myself to this, man. Okay? All right? So let's go back to these scriptures. This is Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice. Okay, that's dedication. Holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world. So you can't be around messing in the world, man. Okay? Like how Shai said, he said, pray not that thou takest them out of the world, but that thou be with them in the world. Just roughly paraphrasing. We're in the world, okay, as pilgrims. We're in this thing. We get in the world and we get back out. We don't dwell in it and marinate in it, because that's what's going to lead to unfruitfulness, okay? So it goes on to say this. It says, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, okay? Because once you understand the truth, and once you know the truth, like how I said, the truth shall make you free. Because you're going to understand what this world is about, how wicked it is, you know, from the people, the women, who your enemy is, okay? And you should very well understand that who your brother is and how to deal with them, okay? How to protect them. And ultimately in this truth, what you do is you find yourself. Your mind is renewed, okay? It says, by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. All right. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's go back to this right here. Dedicate. Where I was at. Right. I read the definition, which is devote time, effort of oneself to a particular task or purpose, which is devote, commit, pledge, give, surrender, which is meaning to surrender. You got to be humble to surrender yourself to the Spirit. And it also says sacrifice. And then when you go here to the origin, dedicare, which is from Latin, which is the etymology, it says consecrate, proclaim, affirm. From away, and decare, proclaim, to proclaim away, or to speak, or to proclaim and speak out, which is ecclesia also. You know, that's being a part of the church, a part of the body. You dedicate yourself to the body, to the brothers. Okay? It says dedicated, which is devoted to one's aims or vocation. So you have to be devoted to your vocation, which is your calling. Okay? So let's go back to the book of Ephesians. Let's go to the book of Ephesians 4:1. It says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called. Okay? Which your vocation is your calling, your purpose. Walk worthy of it, man. Okay? Do everything you have to do to make sure that number one, you're delivered. Okay? You want to be diligent, man. That's another thing, being diligent. Okay? All right? So I'm going to read from the top and read some scriptures, and I'm going to end it. It says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called. Okay? Walk worthy of it, man. Walk, make yourself, you got to earn it, but you got to be worthy, man. Okay? It says, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. Endeavoring. You got to endeavor. I mean, you got to put in the work. Okay? You got to endeavor. You got to work at this thing. You got to build upon your issues and build to keep because ultimately this is the kingdom, man. Okay? And that's what we're building, the kingdom of heaven. So it says, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one power and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. So ultimately, brothers, the spirit of how about Shai, man, and love, man, dedicate yourself to this truth. Okay, ultimately, man, devote yourself and be diligent and push, because we're coming into times that you know, a time of judgment never been seen before on the earth, such as there was a nation, man. So you know, you want to ultimately be in this thing. You know, dedicate your spirit to the work. All right. So with that, I hope our brothers are edified. All praises to Yahweh Bashman Shai. Double honor to the apostles, the great millstone. And as always, peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.